Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing a What I Eat in a Day by Frank Tufano, and this is about a month late. It was uploaded a month ago, but it's not been a year, so it's pretty one of his more recent videos because it doesn't upload a lot because he wanted to have cuter eyes and then it messed up his vision, and now he's cross-eyed. It's just a weird, crazy mess. So he hasn't uploaded in a while, too much, I should say. But we're gonna do a what I eat in a day, and this stuff is not vegan. He actually has a business that profits off the rape, torture, and murder of animals, and a bunch of different animals. And I am going to try my hardest to skip out when he talks about the business. I'm just going to show what he eats really, really quickly. And I'm going to do something I didn't do in the last video, and that is show his supplement routine, because it is weird. So, yeah, let's see what supplements he takes, and then we'll see the animal abuse that he, inflicts in order for him to have nutrients that he could just get from plants.
For breakfast, I was doing the collagen pancakes. This is relatively new ever since I started making the bagels for pure sourdough. I've been having bagels for breakfast. It's only been a few days now. I like taking these, I slice them in half. I put them in a fry pan on the stove with a little bit of butter, and then I put a little bit of water in the pan to steam them.
Okay, so we've just started off breakfast, and we have the collagen pancakes, which probably, he discussed this, he probably used, animal carcass for the collagen, more than likely. And then he probably has, um, the product of chicken periods. So, people call them eggs to make them sound nicer, but they are the menstruation of a hen. And then he has butter, which means that cows have to be raped, and then the babies have to be shot in the head. And all three of these things are not good for human health. They're really high in cholesterol. Um, Again, I do not know if there was eggs in the pancakes, but more than likely there probably is. Knowing him, I mean, his whole business is to rape, torture, and murder animals, so he probably put those in there just to be a douche. But yeah, so not a good start right now.
Protein source, we have some Iberico ham. This is half of the 2 ounce $12 package. So $5-6 to have Iberico ham for breakfast every day. Not a bad deal at all. So we got our protein, we got our carbohydrates, we got our apple for dessert, Fuji water is the hydration, masticum after the meal.
Okay, and then he starts off with the tortured, gassed pig that didn't want to die. And red meat, and this is processed meat, is a class carcinogen. Class 1 or 2, I think it's class 1 carcinogen because it's processed meat. And he is doing this so he can get a little bit of protein when he can just get it by eating plants. He's not helping the whole myth that you can get protein from plants. Because of people like him, people think they need to have animals murdered and, in order to get some protein. You can get protein from plants, and it's the same thing. And the only thing that he had healthy was the apple and gum. That's not really a food. Have you ever seen that Shin-chan? I watched Shin-chan, the dub, the English dub, and they got a lot of in adult jokes in there, and it was, I don't know what the thing was, but it said gum is a good food to eat. That's like this. That reminds me of this. Gum is a good food to eat. So yeah. But gum is not a food group. Okay. Um, and then I believe he's going to talk about his supplement routine. I've never seen this, but it's kind of the same song and dance from the one that we did last time.
Supplements with this meal being vitamin B1, that's for carbohydrate metabolism, zinc complex, molybdenum, and magnesium complex. We're still dealing with some copper toxicity, so still trying to detox that copper. So the probiotic is also with these in the fridge. And just to recap, this is what I have with pretty much every single meal, regardless. There are some other things that I might add in.
Okay, it's really ironic that he is talking about taking these supplements. These are just the ones for breakfast. I think he takes some throughout the day, but he constantly, he's been doing this for years, talking and saying vegans need to take all these supplements just to survive and blah 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 blah. I don't take. It sounded like he took three supplements and then a probiotic to about copper toxicity, which is kind of weird. But he complains and just says this misinformation. Vegans just need to take, tons of supplements just to stay alive. And if they didn't have supplements, no one would be vegan. But he takes so many supplements throughout the day. In the last "What I Eat in a Day" video, he took probably 10 supplements, if I'm remembering correctly, because this was months ago that I made the video. And he constantly talks about vegans needing to take supplements. And he takes more supplements than I do. I take one multivitamin, sporadically throughout my life, and I get most of my stuff through food. My oat milk has all the B vitamins, especially I think B1 it has, the one that he's discussing, and it has B12, and I do take a multivitamin that has B12, and that's it. He is doing this because he is a hypochondriac who, and with detoxing, there's no really such thing as detox because your liver and kidneys and all those other organs, mainly your liver and your kidneys, are detoxing. They're working to detox your body. That's why, for example, if you eat something that's wrong, um, it happened to me a few months ago, and you expel it because it's poison. Your stuff is you're detoxing. I guess that would be a weird version of detoxing, but I mean your kidneys are also filtering stuff, and detox is just a buzzword as far as I'm concerned. So let's continue.
If I feel like I need more help with carbohydrate digestion, I'll have some vitamin C, and then multi-mineral calcium, K2, B complex, D3. Those are thrown in there on occasion. The B complex probably every other day. The thing we're trying to figure out here is when I eat these foods, what nutrients are getting depleted in my body, and it's primarily from carbohydrate metabolism. That's why we have the vitamin C and the B1. Those are heavily depleted when you eat carbohydrates.
Okay, he mentioned food. He mentioned supplements that you can actually get. You should be getting from food. Vitamin C you can get from different fruits and vegetables. Um, I know he doesn't like those because he's like a child that doesn't like fruits and vegetables, and he never grew out of that for some strange reason. And then D, that's a sunshine vitamin. You can drink. My oat milk has vitamin D in it. And he mentioned like 5 or 4 different supplements that he's taking, off and on throughout the week. Um, you should be getting most of your nutrition from food instead of taking supplements. Um, a lot of times, I found out recently, I didn't realize this, my mom knew this. these supplements are not, they are not, there's no, I guess, guidelines on them, and you have to find the ones that are FDA certified because anyone can put anything and call it a supplement. Um, there was a story about this woman that was making supplements and something happened. I don't know the whole story. I don't know if she was at fault or not, but she was steroids were being found in her supplements that she was just making at home. It was really strange. But supplements are not, for the most part, you have to find the ones that are FDA certified. And so I kind of, you know, I'm just like, no, no, no. And everyone's buying, oh, I'm buying all these supplements. No. And I've heard just from medical students, because I'm in a college town, that some of the supplements, you're just paying for expensive pee. That's all you're paying for is fancy pee pee. So it's gonna go down the toilet. So, like literally down the toilet. So I mean, more more um, just weird stuff from Frank. And then he does talk about how he's gonna eat bread, and he says he's not gonna eat for us on camera, but then he eats for us on camera, which I don't want to watch that. I think that's kind of disgusting. He's gross. So that's all I want to say.
Okay, we are back for our 5 p.m. lunch. Protein source ribeye steak, sourdough bread carbohydrates. We got some white bean puree slash hummus for soluble fiber, extra detox for the liver. Our usual Honeycrisp apple for dessert.
Okay, so for his lunch that most people would call dinner, um, he is having a carcinogen again, but this time a cow has to be shot in the head. And then he has the the white bean hummus thing, and I believe I'm not 100% sure, but from other things that I've watched from him, because I watch Vegan Gains reacting to him, and he I think he does something, so the that is not vegan, that has some type of animal product in it. I could be completely wrong. In sourdough, that is a good fermented food. It does not have, I don't think it has anything in it. I think it's just sourdough bread, and I don't mind sourdough bread. I eat it. I eat it sometimes. Um, and then he is getting another fruit in, but I'm gonna cut this part out because he just talks and talks and talks about his business and his rape, torture, murder business, and he's taking more supplements. He probably takes 10 supplements a day that I'm not gonna show because it's in between weird stuff, um, and that'd be a lot of jump cuts, and I'm not doing that. He is probably taking 10 supplements a day, and he talks about detoxing and stuff like that. So overall, the lunch is not particularly good. It's a lot better than breakfast, but he is still paying for a cow to be murdered, which is really disturbing. And he does this every day for his business, which is also very disturbing. So let's do his dinner. And he says when he's doing the dinner, he says it's 2 a.m. He has the weirdest sleep schedule um, that I've ever seen. Like, what is he doing? Is he like partying or something? Because it kind of sounds like what you would eat after going to the club. I don't know. Um, and I don't think his job. I know some people, they do have like night jobs, so they are. My father, for example, he worked nights, and so he would get home at like 6 o'clock or whatever. So his day was kind of wonky. But when I was younger, I don't really remember it, but I just know he worked nights, so his day was probably a little wonky. But he has a day. Frank's business requires him to be there in the daytime, so I don't know what he's doing about 2 o'clock dinner. Most people call that a breakfast. Okay, get your words right, dude. Get your words right. Okay, let's see what he has for his dinner slash breakfast. I don't even know what to call it.
So it's 2 in the morning. After I had my evening lunch, I did some work on my computer and laid down a few hours. Got back up, did a few more hours of work on my computer, and now we made dinner, 2 a.m. dinner. This is a little different because I used shrimp as a protein source. This is our typical bowl of udon noodles with white bean puree as pasta sauce that we've been doing for a few years now. I've had to have this meal at least like 1,000 times. And the shrimp replaced beef. Sometimes I use Iberico pork as well. So we're just kind of swapping out the protein. Maybe I'll sleep a little better without the iron, but not sure if it'll make much of a difference. So I just took the shrimp, sauteed it in the pan, added some collagen bone broth, a little bit of white tomato sauce.
Okay, so now we have sea life. We have a bunch of shrimps that were killed in order to make the meal. And then not only does he have that animal carcass, he is also using, cow broth. So another cow had to die, which is really disturbing. And so the diet, it's really, really similar to the other one I reviewed a few months ago. It hasn't really changed. And to be honest, and it just seems like he's bored with what he's eating. I know the last video it was 2 o'clock in the morning, so you're tired, but he didn't seem like, like raspy or groggy. You know how you're tired and you're like, hello, okay, we're gonna do this. He didn't seem like that, so I just think he seems bored with what he's eating. I mean, a bunch of animal products, um, carbohydrates, barely any vegetables, and a bunch of supplements. People say that vegan diets are restrictive when it's really strange that he pretty much has eaten a lot of the same things from when I checked on him a couple months ago. And he's eating the same stuff. And liver detox, he calls this a liver detox diet. But again, your liver detoxes itself. I just think he's kind of a hypochondriac. And Vegan Gains, I thinks that he is an alcoholic, and he's worried about that. And his sleep schedule seems a bit weird. I know some people they do work nights, but he has an actual day job, so I don't know why he's eating quote unquote dinner at 2 o'clock in the morning. But overall, not a good day. A bunch of animal products to drive up cholesterol and heart disease and cancer. Beans, because I guess he thinks beans are okay. No cruciferous vegetables. No spinach. No kale's a cruciferous vegetables. No broccoli. No, well, if you want to get into other rainbow vegetables, no bell peppers that I saw that he discussed. You need a rainbow of vegetables, and he is not getting that in his diet. And it was a little jump cutty at parts because I didn't want to hear him talk about his rape, torture, and murder business. So overall, not a good day. It's the same. It's kind of like deja vu. It was the same thing that I did a couple months ago when I did his video last time. And this is just kind of a ranty video. I don't want it to be too scripted. I did not watch this video too much before I did it. I think I watched Vegan Gains react to it like a month ago, but I just don't want it to be too scripted. So that's all I want to say about this. And I will see you on the next video. I want to do a Paul Saladino video because my last Paul Saladino video exploded because the disgusting animal abusers who are Paul Saladino fanboys came out to play, and it is at almost 500 views by Paul Saladino fanboys, so that's just great. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.